This is the install instructions for the 2017-2018 KTM Bracket Changeover Kit. This is the LED that you have in hand. So it is the Baja Design Squadron XL with the cast housing. And this is the changeover bracket kit that we would have shipped you. And this is your stock OEM mask. First, tools you're going to start with. You're going to start with a 2.5 millimeter Allen, a 4 millimeter Allen, and a 3/16 millimeter Allen. Yes, I said 3/16. Baja Designs puts metric on the face bezel and puts standard bolts on the side. So we need the 3/16 Allen. And finally, a T20 Torx that we're going to use to mount in the mask. All right, first step, we are going to remove the Baja Designs mounting bezel and put on the standard bezel that we included in the kit. So you're going to use the 4 millimeter Allen. We're going to use a power tool for speed in the video here. So first, we remove these 4 bolts. We're not doing it in the video, but you want to put Loctite back on these bolts. Now make sure you're in a semi-dust-free environment. We're not taking off the lens for this, but it's just better to be, the cleaner the better on this process. So just drop on the bezel that we include. Again, Loctite before you reinstall. Okay. Now we prepped the LED and now we're going to put it in the bracket. So our bracket has this nice screw for plastic that we're going to use later. Set it aside. We're also going to remove these 3 nuts. We include these just for shipping. It's important because they're going to locate the locking washers in the pivot points on these bolts because you need to put the locking washer between the LED and the bracket. So let's remove these shipping bolts and we're going to set aside this 3rd bolt for now. Okay, remove this left bolt and locking washer, set it aside for now. And we're going to start with the right side bolt. I'm sliding out the bolt just so it barely hangs on to this crush washer. And we're going to put the LED in from the front of the bracket and make sure your logo is facing up on the LED. And we're going to slide this in. Now, what we want to do is kind of line it and hit our bolt and make sure the lock washer is still in position. Hand tighten a little bit. Final tighten with the 3/16 Allen. Again, we're using a power tool for speed. And we want to get enough torque where we're going to embed that locking washer a little bit into the plastic. What that also does is frees up a little bit of room on this side so we could slide the opposite hand locking washer in here. And sometimes I use another little tool to kind of get this guy to snug fit and align this guy, the washer and the bracket, so we align it in that hole. So we're going to use Allen, kind of get this guy positioned. Drop this in. Now we have both our pivot bolts in. You want to get a tightness that is allows you to grab and aim, because you're going to be adjusting this a little bit while your first couple rides and get that aim correct. Yet doesn't move a lot while you're riding. And then once you find a position that you like, you then throw in the locking. This is the 3rd bolt. Throw this guy in, and then that. In most riding conditions, definitely in race conditions, this thing will not tilt and change your aim once you have this 3rd bolt in here. Now, we have the light in the bracket. Now we're going to install our whole kit into the mask. So these are where we need the 4 millimeter Allen, and these are for the top mounting points of the mask. gonna bring back our screw for plastic. That's gonna be our lower mounting point. So when we put it in the mask, we're gonna put it in from the back. We're gonna put the lower portion of the kit in and kind of get the lower mounting point in this pocket so it allows it to get low in the mask. And what that allows is we can now just simply drop in the top mounting points, readjust and realign. So I suggest when you go back to putting these bolts back in, kind of start them hand tight, and then you could use your tool to finish tighten these. These we include to be Loctited, so you don't need to apply more Loctite. Get these in, and then the last mounting point is the lower, and we align and design the bracket to work with the forward. You have two holes here in the mask. The forward-most hole, we designed it to mount in. You could use either, but we designed it as a forward-most. Oh, don't use the Allen, use the T20 Torx. Hand tighten this guy, and you'll feel when the plastic kind of gets snug on this. You don't want to strip out that plastic bolt. Now we're in. You have the friction adjustment on this guy to tilt and aim. Kind of start it here where the bezel, front bezel, is flush with the bottom of our bracket. And that's it. It's ready to mount on the bike and plug it in and enjoy your ride. Thank you.